Well, greetings and hello there, everybody. It's me, your beloved Star Wars Dad, Nooch Too Good. It's week 19, free to play, farming for Lord Vader, getting our assault battles done along the way. Last week, you watched us get through Challenge Tier 1 of the Forest Moon Assault Battle. Working on Challenge 2 here. I have just relicked Iden Versio in the last day or two. I've got Range Trooper right around the corner. Probably by week 20, I'll have Range Trooper relicked. Working on Snow Trooper, Storm Trooper, and then now I'm farming Shore Trooper, because I think he'll add something to this team to be able to get me through Challenge Tier 2, and if we get lucky, Challenge Tier 3. But that's going to be the end of the farming. I'm going to take all these guys to Relic. We're going to take the entire Iden Versio team to Relic. That's what we're working on right now there. And by the way, I'm going to go through a quick update here because I really want to talk about my Grand Arena history. That's the primary purpose here. And after the credits, since there was no Grand Arena this week, I'm going to run some gameplay. We're going to answer some of your questions, some of the questions you put on my Discord for me to answer. It's been a while since I did it. We'll do that after the gameplay. So stay tuned after credits. If you want to hear your dad talk about, if you want to hear your dad answer all your pressing questions. So anyway, I still got Wrecker here in the farming, because Wrecker's node also has my Galactic Republic Y-Wing, which I'm going to need to get up there and running when I get my Negotiator. I am farming the Poncho Bros. I got Padawan Obi-Wan, 35 out of 100. I got Qui-Gon Jinn. That's different Qui-Gon Jinn. Where is Mike? Where's the Qui-Gon Jinn? I guess I haven't favorited him yet because I'm not ready to farm him yet, but Qui-Gon Jinn, Master Qui-Gon Jinn, is only 5 stars down here somewhere. There he is. 5 stars, right? 4 stars. Oh, no. Well, I've got some work to do, but I got to finish Padawan Obi-Wan first. No huge rush for me. I do want to get them done. I'm going to finish the Iden team first, and then I think I'll probably get Master Qui-Gon and Padawan Obi-Wan up to Relic 7 before I go to my my Bad Batch, because the payoff for getting those guys to Relic 7 is too good to pass up. So that's what I'll be working on next on the roster. Here you can see I almost got Jango Fett done. And as far as farming the Houndstooth, I'm at 5 stars, 8 out of 85 shards. Plenty of time to go to get my Houndstooth to 7 stars. If you look at my ships and fleets, right now I'm still going with my Endurance fleet here, and I've got the Galactic Republic fleet going. It's going pretty well in Fleet Arena. I'm not sure where I'm sitting right now. I've been in the top 10 pretty much every day. The top 5's getting a little more dicey, and then if something's going on around me, and a lot of times I don't have time to finish because I'm streaming, or I'm working on videos, or I'm working for the man at the time. So, you know, top 10, though, is kind of automatic for this roster right now. I can almost auto it to get in there, but I'm getting very close to the Negotiator. My guild did the light side Geo territory battle this last time around, and where am I? I'm going to the wrong place here, and I want to go to here. Okay. My guild events, I'm at 115 out of 145 shards for Negotiator. I think I'm 1 month away. And if I think about it, 10, 20, I'm 30 shards. I don't think that I can get enough shards out of Dark Side territory battles next week to get it to 7 star, or to get it to 5 stars and activate it. Although I'll get some of that Mark II currency. Will I get some of the Mark II currency out of TW? I don't know. I think I'm probably not a month, but 3 weeks away from Negotiator activation. And once Negotiator is activated, the Fleet Arena is mine, boys and girls. Unless they bring out, you know, another Lightspeed bundle and it all gets blown up. We'll see, but I will be blowing up my Fleet Arena right now. The ships in there are not super dangerous. If you take a look, nobody's got Negotiator yet, or nobody's got Executor yet or anything. I'm just going up against a bunch of Thrawns. And those are 6-star Thrawns. So when I get my 5-star Negotiator in there, things are gonna start humming. You can see there's already a Marauder in here. That's pretty, or Malevolence in there. That's pretty cool stuff. I was able to beat that actually with my Endurance today. So with all that said, that's the account update. That's where we're sitting here at 19 weeks. Let's go talk about the thing that I really want to talk about. I gotta get this off the screen. Boop. I am 16-8. 16-8 all time in Grand Arena. Now, gone are the days when you can build the right roster and go undefeated in Grand Arena and have a good old time. It just doesn't happen. I've got a spreadsheet. We're gonna break down all of my my wins and losses here for you. But what we'll do, we'll look at all this in a moment. Let me pull up that spreadsheet. I'm gonna talk about that for a second. So if we look here and we go back, what I'm tracking is the date, my opponent, their galactic power, my galactic power. Did they have any GLs? You can see I'm already facing them. I've only faced 3 opponents, actually. Out of 24 matches, I've only faced 3 opponents that had GLs. And I've got 6.7 million, 6.1 million, 5.3 million. See the next biggest roster I faced, there's a 4 million down here at the bottom. with no GLs on the roster. There was a 2.6 million no GLs. So I do think that we often as humans have a bias toward remembering the bad stuff that happens. And that's why I wanted to really track what was happening in Grand Arena. And a lot of you are going to say, every roster I face has 3 Galactic Legends. I get it. I'm in Carbonite 3 right now. I'm moving forward. I just think we have a bias toward remembering the bad stuff, and that's really, I'm going to track every single round of Grand Arena here. It does a little bit more for me than just the website. I know the website's there and I can check everything, but this puts it into a simple format where I can see their galactic power. Did they have any GLs? Did they have any of the 3 big capital ships nobody has so far? Win, loss, did they play? What was the score? And some notes off to the side a few times. So anyway, you can see here the losses that I'm taking. This loss the first round was 543 galactic power. Galactic power versus 972. 3 wins here during this one, and I beat a guy twice my galactic power here. My loss this round was 682 versus 1.1 million. I beat the 2 guys that were closest to me in galactic power. My loss this round was to the 6.7 million guy. I beat the 6.1 million because he didn't play, and I also beat a 1.1 million there. I lost to this guy at 1.6 million. I think something happened there. Yep, I forgot to set my Qui-Gon Omicron on defense, and I lost by 4 points. And what I'm saying there is if I had set my Qui-Gon Omicron on defense, because I think I just activated it. If I had set it, I felt like I could have beat this roster that was more than twice my galactic power. And in the next round, I beat the one 2.6 million. He didn't play, though. And then I beat a guy at the end. It did a pretty good job there to get to the end, 595,000. Next round, I went 1 and 2, faced some bigger rosters. They all played. 5.3 million, yes, he played, and beat the guy at the end. Went 3-0 this round, playing a bunch of bigger rosters, almost twice my galactic power there. And then went 1 and 2 again, just because I'm facing these bigger rosters. I lost Ninja Bot, I feel like had something. Let's go look at some of these battles here. If we go back to the very first matchup against Lord Vader here, we can see I attacked his Ahsoka snips out there with only 3 characters, my Bad Batch. I was able to get through that pretty easily. Let's take a look at some of these close losses, though. Where are we? Here we go, 841 to 845. This is the one where I said I didn't set my Qui-Gon Jinn Omicron on defense, and if you look here, I had Iden Versity out there. He beat it with Savage. I had this crappy Tarkin team. He beat it with Palpatine. I did. Is that this round? Hold on. I think I'm about to delete that off the spreadsheet is what I'm looking at. So that was against Ghost Shot on July 30th. Hold on. We're going to modify our spreadsheet July 30th, so somewhere in this range here. No, here's Ghost Shot right here. Oh. Boop! Delete. I did set the Qui-Gon Omicron on defense, and he got me. He just had more tools than I had, so you CLS against that. I guess it's because it was low gear. Maybe what I was saying is I forgot to stick Anakin in there because I probably had Anakin ready to go and I didn't put him in there. And those Poncho Bros were not getting anything done there. And he was able to beat me on defense. And if you look at my offense of this round, lost by 4 points. My Bad Batch beat his Sidious. My more clone troopers against his Moff Gideon. And my Jedi Knight Anakin, that's what I was saying. If I had put that Gear 12 Anakin and Ahsoka back there on defense with that Qui-Gon Omicron, he's not getting through that thing. Now, could I get through his Zam Wessel Omicron without that? I don't know. It's a good question and something to think about, but I clearly felt like I would have. So that's what I was saying. I didn't have my Gear 12 Anakin and Ahsoka out there. I beat his fleet, lost by 4 banners. That was a tough one. Let's go back and take a look at some more here. Where's another close match? Let's find some close stuff going on here. 10 to 845. 658 to 420. Let's look at a couple of these. They're not really that close. If we look at my defense on these, this is a fun one, man. Look at my Gear 10 Newt Gunray, 7 stars, no Zetas, holding against the Geos, could not get through that guy. Look at my Qui-Gon Omicron, holding against Bast Lashan. And he comes in with this weird... He did beat Newt Gunray, but it took him 2 tries. He got through my bounty hunters there, but he was not able to get through Qui-Gon. You're going to see a consistent theme here against people that are playing. Lost Ninja Bot on my defense. He didn't play against Qui-Gon, didn't even try. So that was one there, but I lost that one. What did I do on offense? I must have had a bad round of offense. I got through Iden Versity. He must have set some defense. I couldn't beat Grievous, yeah. Just had some giant defense out there I couldn't get through. Breezer, no. We looked at that one. Let's look at this one. Jouet Man on my defense here. There's Qui-Gon defending again. That team's not going to get through Qui-Gon. Yeah, these teams are not good enough to get through Qui-Gon. Boy, that's weird. He went with a Clone Wars Chewie lead. Wow, he beat my bounty hunters with a Clone Wars Chewie lead. Let me look at this. This is like, look at this team, guys. This is like OG beta. I think that was roster I looked at, that the team. This is like OG. These were the first characters you got back in the day of when the game first launched. This is a guy that kind of came back to the game. He has clones, beat my new Gunray, couldn't get through boss. Oh, I see. He had Vader come in and he did not get through boss. Then he brought these guys to clean up boss and couldn't get through Qui. I got it. We are having some fun playing some Grand Arena here. Here's a win on defense. Nobody can get through my Qui. That Qui-Gon team is holding the line for me in Grand Arena, boys and girls. It is doing some really nasty stuff to folks in Grand Arena, and that's why I am 16-8 overall, 66% win rate, 2/3 of the time I'm getting wins. Hopefully I can continue this, but you know, I gotta say, it's gonna slow down at some point here. I'm gonna get into Carbonite 3, Carbonite 2. It's just gonna be harder to climb through these guys as I move forward, but we're gonna keep making the effort. We'll keep showing those Grand Arena contests at the end of our weekly updates. That's gonna wrap us up here for now. We're gonna bring you after this. I'm gonna go and answer those pressing questions that you've asked me in Discord. Ask Nooch questions while I play that gameplay. Everybody, I hope you have a great day. I will see you very soon. Some of you I'll see you right after the credits, and always remember, Nooch too good. All right, let's take a look at your questions while we watch me play through some stuff. That's me relicking Iden Versu, actually. So, hey, from Leonard asks, who's your longest lasting YouTube member? That's you, Leonard. You win. Congratulations. Leonard has been a member. Let me take a look and see how long he's been a member. It's been a while. And, you know, people that have been a member for over 2 years were here back when we were covering Lego Star Wars battles. They're OG. They really, really are. So let's take a look at Leonard's membership here. Let's go to total time on level. I can find it here. Leonard's been a member for 32 months. He's pushing on the door of 3 years. In fact, by January it'll be 3. Wow. I didn't even know I'd had members for 3 years on the channel. So Leonard, thanks, buddy. Thanks for being around so long. Cyber, how many accounts have you had in total? That's a great question. You know, I had my original account, then I started another account. Somewhere along the way, I started an account where I was just trying to farm first order. That was 3 accounts that I started somewhere in the first, like, 5 years of the game. Then I came back and got into my original account, or my original account I dropped. My second account was the account that I carried all the way through. My third account was the Kylo that I just dropped. I was trying to do just a first order farm and whatever. My fourth account was the Kylo Ren account, the free-to-play account that I kept for 3.5 years. My fifth account would have been Sith Eternal. My sixth account would have been the Jabba account. And now my seventh account. So I'm going to estimate 7. Now, there's probably some other ones out there that were, you know, when you ever have that thing where when you try to, I know it happens in Samsung, when I try to close out my account and then reopen to a new account, you can just change your Google ID in the store. It flips over and just starts a new game from scratch. I probably got like 40 of those. I don't know, but 7 accounts. I think I've had 7 accounts throughout the history of the game. Why is Jedi Counselor so overpowered? Because you are in La La Land, Gone, and your name is Gone, so there, I guess that'll do it. All right, Dyslexic Vegetarian. I love Dyslexic Vegetarian. Is my favorite name of all time. Now he's just called Stolas, but cats or dogs? Dogs, baby. I'm allergic to cats, so it's automatic. If I walk into a house and you've got cats, especially if you have carpet and you have cats, I will know within minutes, maybe within seconds, that you've got a cat, and I'll tell you and you'll be like, "How'd you know?" I'm like, "I don't care." Even if you say it's a an allergen-free cat or whatever, I'm gonna know you got cats. Secondly, I just don't like them, you know, and that's probably a lot to do with my allergies. I'll be honest. I think it really goes back to that. And with me, allergies leads to wheezing, and it's not a good scene. It's not a good scene. So I love dogs. Now we have 2 dogs here in the house. They're both, neither one of them shed. We can't have a shedding dog because that'll get my allergies too. But both dogs don't shed. They're great dogs. I love dogs. Love them, love them, love them. What's your favorite capital ship in the game? What a great question. I think that my favorite capital ship in the game, it's not Negotiator, it's not Radis, it's not Chimera yet. It could turn into Chimera soon. Finalizer's in the running. It's not Executor, not Profundity. I think it's Finalizer. I have a lot of fun whenever I get to play with that Finalizer fleet. I know it got the TIE Echelon Lifter, and that was a big deal for countering Executors. We'll see if the new Dengar ship, you know, makes that go bye-bye, like the Finalizer can't counter it anymore. But I have a lot, whenever I play with the Finalizer and the TIE Silencer in the Finalizer, I have a lot of fun playing with the Finalizer. So I would say my favorite capital ship in the game is the Finalizer. I love playing with it. What's your favorite Star Wars show, not movie? Andor. Yeah, that's period. I know for a lot of you guys, it's going to be Clone Wars or Rebels. I haven't really watched those all the way through. You guys keep yelling at me. I need to suck it up and watch them, and I probably do. I've seen a lot of great highlights from both shows. I've seen certain episodes of both shows. I've certainly seen the final 4 episodes of Clone Wars. I mean, it was just like a movie. But Andor is such a tremendous show. Really tremendous. Disney can do it right when they're not focused on stupid social issues. When they just focus on telling a good story and they hire good staff and they get the right people in place, they can tell a great Star Wars story. Rogue One, Andor, Mando Season 1, Mando Season 2 was good. When they do it right, they do it right. But there's just so much that I really haven't enjoyed. But yeah, Andor's my favorite show. Mando's behind it. I really like Mando, but I think Mando is still, at the end of the day, Mando's more episodic, and they've kind of abandoned the original idea of it. I remember when you first saw Baby Yoda at the beginning of the first episode. Everybody called him Baby Yoda at the time. And we all just lost our flippin' minds. And I feel like Mando has really kind of relied on those warm, fuzzy moments since then. You know, oh, that's a character I recognize, so I love it now. And it was cool once. They kind of dropped that ball a few times, dropped it, you know, like, made that happen a few times. I think it's a bit much. And I felt like when we first saw Baby Yoda that what was going to happen was we were going to get to see Mando find the race of Yodas and let us know what those, you know, let us know what that race, I wanted to learn about that race of beings. And it never panned out. And he ended up going with Luke as a Jedi. Then they just burned right through that and sent him back. So, you know, it's just... Andor is my favorite show, what I'm saying. Jimbo Slav, that was from Vesuvian, by the way. And William the Dark Lord asked what's my favorite capital ship. Jimbo Slav, who's your favorite Star Wars character? It's Darth Vader, and it's not close. It's Darth Vader. I don't even know what to say about it. He's so awesome. We're gonna talk, we probably, by the time we release this, we'll have already talked about James Earl Jones on stream. I've been trying to... Honestly, I've been trying not to talk about it and bottle it up and not watch any content until we talk about it on stream, because I kind of wanted to experience it with you guys. Darth Vader. It's Darth Vader. And it's not a contest. I love Han Solo a lot. But it's Darth Vader. In how many guilds have you been? Boy. I started a guild back in the day. And then... a year later, I joined another guild, and I felt like I joined another guild after that. I've been in 2 guilds with my new account. I mean, if you count the 7 accounts, that's at least 7 guilds, right? I bet I've been in 20 guilds. There was a point where my buddy Dylar and I was just kind of following around. I was kind of we were kind of in-game spouses. And he was making content. You want to see some great content? Go watch Dylar's channel. He doesn't do it anymore. Dylarr. He was making that Galaxy Heroes content back then. He's got some really good guides for how to do the SOKR and Ray events, especially. I think those things still get views. But he would just not get happy, be happy with the guild, and I would just follow him. And eventually I followed him into a top 10 guild. So I've probably been in 20 different guilds over my 7 accounts over the years. I don't know though for sure. Made some good friends. I've always said that I feel like the in-game friends you meet, they are real friends. And a lot of you guys have been around the channel now and in the same guild and hanging out together for years now. But it's still kind of like a work friend. Like you make really good friends at work, you make really good friends in gaming. You might end up with 1 or 2 great friends out of it that are lifelong friends. But most folks, when you move on to a new game or they move on to a new game, you lose touch. You fall. You don't really stay in touch anymore. But then if you come back together at some point down the road, it'll be a great reunion. You'd be happy to see each other. There's no hard feelings. It's just that sometimes priorities diverge, I guess. Yeah. Let's see here. How do you recruit players in a somewhat higher GP guild that's invite only? Well, you use the... what you do is go watch my videos about how to find a guild and use all the tools that I put in there. I told people to go to the... There's a guild Discord. There are guild posts on in the forums. There are guild posts in my Discord server. And that's the way you get guilds. You have to have a recruiter. Your name is Call Legend, but I think I remember that you're not in Call. Are you somewhat higher GP guild? I don't know. Anyway... follow the instructions in reverse. For the instructions I told people to help find a good guild, go reverse. Become the guild that people are finding with the instructions I gave them to find it. If that makes any sense. What do I think of Conquest design? I don't really have any hard feelings about Conquest. I don't really feel... I know a lot of people feel like it's repetitive, and it is. And it doesn't really get them excited, and they want it redesigned, and they don't want to... What you'll find with me is... I can certainly... Excuse me. I can certainly look at a game mode and think of ways I might do it better, but I don't dwell on that. I don't really dwell on that. And I've got ideas for how the game can improve, but I don't dwell on them. I'll bring them up every now and then. We'll talk about it from stuff. We'll talk about it from time to time. But I'm kind of a... get along to get along kind of. I can roll with the flow. I can realize that I'm not designing the game. And I also, I said it before, I'll say it again. I realize that the only voice I have in the game is if I quit. It's, at the end of the day, that's the voice you have. Now, big spenders can stop spending, which I'm a big spender now, but you can stop spending or you can quit the game. The biggest voice you have is to quit a game, and I'm not anywhere close to quitting the game because of the structure of Conquest. Could it be a little more interesting? I guess. I don't know. It's very similar to a lot of game modes in other games, and a lot of other games have like 4 or 5 different game modes that are a lot like Conquest, and we've only got really one of them. So it's kind of like the end game version of Galactic War. You go Galactic War to Galactic Challenges to Conquest. You're still doing Galactic Challenges, but I don't know. It doesn't bother me. It just doesn't bother me. If you could get a sponsorship from any company, who would you most like to have? I think I've been saying this on stream a lot lately. Coca-Cola. Day 6,421 of asking Coca-Cola to sponsor the channel. I would open an ice-cold Coke, and I'd love to have some bottled Coke every day on stream, and I come cheap right now. Get me while I'm cheap, man. Coca-Cola, come on board. Let's do it. Star Wars or Harry... That was from Killer Medic. Man of many names asked me about the Conquest. One serial killer says Star Wars or Harry Potter. Come on, we're right here. We're right here. I love Harry Potter as much as I really do. I love Harry Potter. Come on. Come on. Star Wars. Nooch, why don't you do a collaboration with Arnold? I have, and this is not a jab. I just want to say it's not a jab. I have reached out to Arnold on more than one occasion. I've sent him a DM. I've reached out to his main mod. I can't remember his name right now, but I've reached out to both of them, and with no success. And it's not a jab. Arnold is a busy guy. He's got stuff going on. He's doing his streams. I also realize that collabs are kind of tough sometimes. You know, especially with green screen like he does. The graphics probably wouldn't carry over. So, you know, Arnold's got to pick his spots, and I've reached out, and I'm not gonna be begging and reaching out every day. I realize he's a busy man. He's not gonna reply to every DM he gets, just like I can't reply to every DM I get. By the way, if you're DMing me and you're just saying, "Hey, what's up?" I'm just not gonna reply to you. Sorry. I get enough DMs every day that if it's just a chit-chatty DM, I'm just not gonna be able to reply to you. If you want to get to the point, ask me a question, You're going to DM me, ask me a question. I may or may not still be able to answer. I just get a lot of DMs and messages these days, and it is what it is. So I've reached out. I'd love to collab with Arnold. Haven't heard back. Make some money, baby. You deserve it. See your videos. You put the work and you get mad just like me. That's okay. We're human. Yesterday I yelled at Galactic War. They make that crap hard sometimes. Also, my good man, this is from Najiko, by the way. Also, my good man, if you ever need any housework done, I'm your guy. I'll trade labor for some hyperdrive bundles. I appreciate the offer, Najiko. I think we got the, my wife and I split all the household chores. We got it covered, but I appreciate it. Canuck 3PO, how do you manage to be a father, run multiple accounts, be a content creator on 2 channels now, spend time with Mrs. Nooch, and not be in a burnout already? But seriously, how do you conciliate gaming content and family life? It's just a balance. I get this question a lot. It's a really good question. You know, at the moment, my 3 older boys are all moved out. And when we started the channel in 2020, my twins were 20 years old at the time. So yeah, when I started this channel, I had 3 grown kids and one young man at home. So he would have been 12 at the time. So it's, for me, you know, I gotta tell you, when we had the twins, my wife and I said if we ever have another baby, it'll just be easy. And we had another baby, and it was easy, baby. And now we had a bunch of built-in babysitters too. The boys were 10 and 8, and they would babysit. And they got older. When they were 12 and he was 2, babysitting built in. I don't know, man. My wife is pretty patient with me. I game if we're sitting there watching TV or something, I'll be gaming instead of watching TV most of the time. I'll watch something, you know, dial in something from time to time, but I'll do a lot of gaming while I'm watching TV. She really allows me to focus on the channels because it is a good chunk of our income now, you know. I'm hoping to get it to where it can be all of our income, but it's a good chunk of our income now. So she understands that, and so she allows me to do it. It took a while to get to there. So how do I not burn out? I've always had a good, solid level of energy, and that's kind of what I was born with. We have 4 siblings. 2 of us have a high level of energy. I'm number 2 on the list. My sister is go, go, go all the time. She can go, and then when she's done going, she goes some more. She is crazy energy. And if you ever tell her that you're feeling down or feeling sad, she just tells you, you're not busy enough. Not everybody has to be busy all the time, sister. My other sister and brother are, you know, they do their jobs well. You know, they're reliable for stuff, but they have lower levels of energy than the 2 of us. That's, again, not the same, it's just different. So I've always had a lot of energy to pursue a lot of pursuits in life. I've pretty much been working a second job for a long time now, one way or another, whether I was, I delivered pizza for 4.5 years when the mortgage industry collapsed in 2008, 2009. After that, I was coaching the boys' baseball teams for 3+ years or so. Coaching 2 baseball teams. Well, I was the head coach on one team, and I was kind of a fill-in coach on the other team. And then I was also driving my son back and forth to music lessons and going to a bunch of that stuff with him. So I've always had a lot of stuff going on, and I keep busy. So I just kind of converted that business with the boys into business with the channels now. And yeah, and yeah, it's... And then Mrs. Nooch and I will go on a date at least once a week. We'll go out to eat or something. We'll go to a movie, or both. Go out to eat and go to a movie. So we do spend time together. I will say this about our relationship. We have found over time that we do need our time apart. And that relationship is different. I think it's important for all relationships to have time where you spend together and time where you spend apart doing your own thing. For us, I think the doing your own thing is a little bit more elevated than some couples. I still think Mrs. Nooch would prefer to have me like in her presence more than I am, but I kind of prefer to be down here, and we've learned to balance it over time. So yeah, my family's great, my wife is great, I'm lucky, and we just keep pushing forward. Is a hot dog a sandwich? No, it's a hot dog. Be careful here. Is a hamburger a sandwich? Probably. You know, the bun doesn't break. The bun's like a pocket. It's kind of more like a pita pocket. And no, a hot dog's a hot dog. A sandwich is a sandwich. What got you? And that was from that guy, right? And Canuck 3PO asked me how I managed to be a father. Hey, your last one for today here. Eula Cylon, what got you into Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes? So when the game first came out in November 2015, right? Yeah. End of November 2015. It came out preceding, oh no, Episode 7. The Force Awakens. Bye-bye! So it came out preceding Episode 7, and we were all jacked up for episode. Trust me. When Han and Chewie came out in the trailer, and Han says, Chewie, we're home. All over, man. Head to toe, the tears welling up, the goosebumps. Ready to go, man. I was ready to go. And I still have a lot of fun watching that movie. I know it's just a New Hope duplicate, and it didn't really set him up for success, but I still love watching that movie. My boys started playing. I think all 3 of my boys started playing. 2 of them were really into it, but they were playing. And then so I picked up the game. It took me about a month, but I picked up the game. Before that, I had played games like Clash of Clans. I played a Walking Dead gacha game that was similar idea. I played a game called Empire Z, I think it was what it was called. It was kind of like a town builder where you build your town. Day 1, you build a barracks in one day. Day 2, the barracks takes 2 days, and it takes 4 days, and it takes a week, then it takes, whatever, what I'm talking about. And you were farming zombies, and you were fighting zombies. You'd farm zombies for resources and whatever. And you just go to different points in the map and build up your account. And then the guy in the middle of the map that spent $1,000 a week, every once in a while would just go beat everybody on the map up, just let you know he's spending $1,000 a week. That's the game I played, Empire Z. So I played a lot of mobile games prior to this. And once the boys had been playing for a month, they were like, it's really cool, Dad, you should play. It's really cool, Dad, you should play. It's really cool, Dad, you should play. I picked it up to play with them. That was kind of, you have the boys, you want to spend time with them. So I picked up the game to play with my boys. And within a couple months, they quit. And I kept going. That's how I picked up Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. I have had multiple breaks over time. I would take a break for a month and come back. I did a couple times, took a couple month-long breaks, I think. And then about 4 years ago, 3.5 years ago, I took a big break. It was 4 years ago. It was 2020. I actually quit the game and started playing Lego Star Wars Battles on this channel. That's how this channel started, with Lego Star Wars Battles. Started playing this game. I quit for 4 months, and then Double Drops came out and Jedi Knight Luke came out, and I was like, all right, I'll go back in. Jedi Knight Luke was the one character I'd always said I wanted to get, and I would wail to get him, and he came out, and I went in, and I wailed to get him, and I did the Double Drops, and I came back to the game, and I have not left since, and I'm having a lot of fun playing with you guys, making content, doing streaming. We're going to expand our streaming a little bit starting today. Going to start talking about more Star Wars stuff, having a little bit more fun, a little more chill, a little more good time together. So there you go. That's the answer to today's Ask Me Anything questions. If you would like to ask me anything to get into a future round of this, you can post your questions on my Discord in the Ask Me Anything life or game room. Even got a question in there for that. So anywho, I hope everybody has a great day. I appreciate all of you. I'm glad you were here. And once again, I will talk to you soon, and always remember, Nooch too good.